For more on the Huberdeau quandary, here's Flames reporter Salim Valji joining us from Calgary and TSN Hockey analyst Cheryl Pounder in Toronto. Salim, one thing is very, very clear. The Flames have made turning Jonathan Huberdeau back into the player he was just 2 seasons ago a #1 priority going into this new season. You're in that room every day. What are you hearing about their efforts to get him back on track?
First of all, Jonathan looks like a completely different human being. He looks far more confident and engaging. He knows where everything is in Calgary, and he has a comfort level with the organization, which is huge. And then on the ice, Gino, we think about Jonathan Huberdeau as a playmaker, but he actually has a couple of 30-goal seasons under his belt, and new head coach Ryan Huska wants Huberdeau to shoot more, and his teammates say that he's actually got a really underrated shot. Jacob Pelletier has said that it's a secret weapon, and Huberdeau is shooting more, and that's something that he'll have to do throughout this season, and the organization feels that he's got another offensive gear. And while the Calgary Flames, they didn't make any big signings player-wise, they brought in Marc Savard, and I think that's a really underrated addition because of how creative Marc Savard's mind is and how lighthearted he keeps things on the bench. He coaches the team's forwards, and you're going to see a whole different offense out of the Calgary Flames. And Savard's influence on Huberdeau cannot be understated. And because of that, I actually think that Huberdeau is primed for a huge season coming up here.
All right, let's get to the head coach now. Cheryl, if you were Ryan Huska, what would you be doing or what would you be saying to Huberdeau right now to get him to be playing more like the guy who had 115 points just 2 seasons ago?
Well, I think it's all about the relationship and establishing his value in this group and the confidence, because he's an offensive producer. So you're having conversations around what he brings, what his strengths are. And let's face it, Gino, 115-point season. Listen, he may not get back to that because that's incredible, but he's got to be a key offensive contributor for this group. So you have to play to the strengths of your most gifted offensive players. And what that means is you also have to put systems in place and structure in place to get that puck to those top players. And yes, Huberdeau fits into that category. You know that he's one of those players that he loves to play off of the rush. He creates in transition. So you got to find a way to get that puck on his stick coming out of your own zone. When you do, you know that things are going to happen. Number 2, keep the man on the left side. He's comfortable there, right? He's a magician with the puck. He's an elite distributor. He's got great vision. Keep him there where the puck can work its magic on his stick. Now, number 3, I do think he can be a dual threat, and Huska has talked about that they want him to make sure that he is finding a way to shoot that puck. And when you're a dual threat, the ice opens up for you, right? Because options are taken away when you're only a single threat. When you're a dual threat, you keep your opponent guessing. So I love the creativity mantra in the offensive zone. I also think that the power play has to run through him right now. Give him the opportunity to attack the net. Give him the opportunity to make those seamless passes and get on the scoreboard. This is critical for the Flames.
And you know what? Let's keep this thing in perspective, because over the last 2 years, even though he had a bad year last year, over the last 2 seasons, Huberdeau's got 170 points in 159 games. That's top 20 still in the NHL over that time.